Today we are going to create our three-dimensional bottle and place a label on it. So the first thing you need to do is get the pen tool. And with the pen tool, you are going to draw half of the bottle or can shape that you want your beverage to be dispensed from. So as you can see, I'm creating half of a bottle profile. I'm just using the pen tool to create that, pulling out Bezier curves. Now I'm going to hit the Command key and click. Here's my line. Oops, we want that line to go all the way over, so I'm going to go get my direct selection tool. Click on that. Use the arrow keys on my keyboard to move it over so that it's nice and snug to the guide that I pulled out. And as you will see, I have a line. Now you may have fill instead of a line. In that case, you want to go over to the toolbar with your object selected and use the swap arrows just to get the singular line. Okay, once you have that singular line, you want to keep it selected and you want to go to Effect, 3D, Revolve. Up will come the 3D Revolve dialog box, and nothing's changed because you don't have preview on. So we go and we turn preview on, and you'll see this weird shape. It has to do where it's revolving from, and if you can see here, it says left edge. We're going to press on that, change it to right edge, and suddenly now we have a bottle. I'm also going to take and tip this up a little bit to adjust the shape of my bottle and how it's sitting on the table. And you'll see that I have plastic shading applied. And really, I don't do much else to it, except now it's time to add the label. And where we go is this area called Map Artwork. I'm going to click on the Map Artwork, and you'll see that I actually have 11 surfaces as part of this bottle. The surface that I'm on is surface 1, and it is highlighted by red. So now I'm going to page through my surfaces to get to the lower part of the bottle where I'd like the label to be. Now it does both inside and outside, so what I have to do is test to see if I am on the right area. So this is when I grab the Gerber daisy, as I mentioned in the book, and I make it a little larger. All right, and I kind of move it around to see if it's showing up. If it's not showing up, what that's telling me is that I'm on the inside of the bottle. All right, so I'm going to clear that off, and I'm going to keep going. You got the bottom. Now I've got maybe the outside. That's surface 8. So let's try our Gerber daisy trick again. Again, we have the Gerber daisy. I'm holding down the shift key. Uh-oh, look, it's starting to peak. There it is. As I move it to the white area, you can see that the Gerber daisy is showing, and it's showing wonderfully. Great. So we're going to clear that. And in my symbols panel, I have dragged just the oval of my label, the whole label, the plaid, and the cap art. I am going to try the whole label here, and it's going to render it onto my bottle. As you can see, there it is. It's a little bit big, so again, holding my shift key down, I'm actually going to shrink my label a little bit, move it into place, and you'll see it's kind of see-through. What's going on there? It's kind of a little see-through. So let's try shade artwork. If I click on that, it may come in a little bit darker, a little bit more opaque. Once I do that, I can also make the decision, is it still the right size or not? I'm going to go down just a touch smaller so that I can then drag the actual label down a little bit. from the edge where it's curving. Once I'm satisfied, I can then venture over to OK. And again, say OK here. And you will see that I have mapped art to my revolved bottle. And it's not perfect. It doesn't always come out perfect. This is one of the weaknesses that I have found with this particular exercise. However, it is passable. And you can actually pick this up, and it is an entire item. All right, so all this is together. And you can actually resize it, again, holding the shift key. Make it bigger, smaller, etc. All of that takes a lot of power, so you need to be aware of that when doing it. The last thing that we do is, as always, file, save. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and I hope this helps you map your work to your shaped container.